You are now tuned in to the world's greatest. Tonight is the night. Bright lights, high crowd. Here we keep the throw down. Everybody get loud. Tonight is the night. A-list candles slowly burning to the ground. Everybody get down. Tonight is the night. We stay grinding while our big cat rises. Steady climbing, now we on top. It's not something you get. It's just something we got. 'Cause I don't know if you know we playing or not. Tonight, lights flashing when we step in the place, and you can feel the raw excitement from the look on their face. It's like the prize right in front of my eyes to take, and the sky's the limit, got no time to waste. Tonight's the big go, strike quick but creep slow. The competition is out.
It is indeed that time again. It's time for another prediction battle. Welcome to the special for Payback Predictions. Of course, I'm Nate the Effing Great, joined here by the rocket to my Groot, that being Max Speedy. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing great.
I mean, honestly, this could probably be one of the best months for you, in all honesty, because you saw Roman Reigns get taken out and Braun Strowman overturn an ambulance, which was one of your favorite moments, like, ever.
Oh my god, it might actually be, and just like everything. Actually, I don't know. There's like one that's actually pretty recent that's like in contention for it, and of course it's a Braun moment. It's like the very next week when he's like, fine, I'm just gonna leave. And he starts, like, apparently he just found Kalisto, beat the shit out of him, just dragging him around. And it's just like, I'm taking this with me. I'm like, oh my god, he thinks he gets a luchador as a severance package. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh, man, we had that. We had WPW Boiling Point, which was tremendous. I told you about the...
fan out of WPW with my friend Kari.
Oh, yeah?
She wants to see Stadium Mania, man. She's hooked. She bought the Logan Lynch shirt, and every once in a while, when we're just talking and geeking out, she'll do the Logan Lynch, the double L with her hands.
Oh, Jesus.
WPW's got a new fangirl.
Wait. What was I going to say? The WPW does or Logan Lynch does? Because I'm pretty sure it was for Logan Lynch more than anything.
Well, no, I don't know. I think she was also big on Joey Jet Avalon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember? You're out when she's cheering for him and everyone else is booing and he's like, the only smart person here. And I'm like, that's actually kind of fantastic.
Oh, man. And then, of course, I told you about the upcoming sequel to one of our favorite movies, that being Split, and that it's going to be a basic sequel also to Unbreakable, that being Glass, and oh my dear God, that's going to just be astronomically phenomenal. Oh God.
That title, I'm just like Glass can't be Glass himself, so like all he's done is announce that it's going to exist and the name, and already I'm losing my shit.
And then, of course, next weekend will indeed be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which you can guarantee myself and Max Beatty will be seeing. That's why I've been doing a lot of these Guardians of the Galaxy references, because reasons, and because it's one of the best movies I've seen that Marvel has created. But of course, we're not here to talk about that, unfortunately. We're here to talk about Payback Predictions, which, all honesty, isn't a bad build-up. It's just some of the matches kind of leave you kind of scratching your head just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, one of my biggest questions, I guess, would probably be, does anyone actually think Bray Wyatt's going to win?
Well, we'll get into that matchup in just a bit, because there is a little bit of a interesting deal going on with that. But we'll kick off with the pre-show matchup, which features Enzo and Cass taking on the Club. And actually, I should say, for the record, Max Beatty, he's doing his predictions for the Elite Ringside Network X Division Championship against AJ Jensen, who will hopefully get his predictions in tomorrow. Me, I'm just doing my predictions for fun. I got days off until July, I believe, is when they do Bad Blood. But either way, but yeah, your thoughts and your prediction for Enzo and Cass versus the Club.
You know what? I'm going to go with my heart and go with what I want. The Club is going to win. Specifically, I think Enzo's going to take the pin. I mean, that's not exactly a big shake-up. He's going to eat a magic killer or, big-ass boot, and he's going to get his head punted off, and my heart is going to smile a little bit, and then he's going to get pinned and die, and it's going to be all right.
All in that order?
All in that order.
All right, so you're going with the club. I'll take Enzo and Cass on this one. I just think that somehow they're going to make it, since it's a pre-show. Faces are probably going to win, something like that. And I think there's going to be a couple more heel victories tonight, on that night than anything, but we'll kind of wait and see. Either way, next matchup on the card, that being Neville defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Austin Aries, the man with the greatest package and the man who has an endless supply of bananas. Dear God, he is the greatest man that's ever lived, I swear. Your prediction?
Oh, 5. Anyway, every Monday when watching Raw, I always put out on Twitter, #keep the belt on Neville forever. That is what I want to have happen because holy crap, Neville has earned that name, the King of the Cruiserweights. But I do think Aries is going to pick up the belt. Well, no, here, you know what? I'll be very specific. I think Aries is going to win.
You think the Aries is going to win, but not necessarily win the belt?
Yeah, he may very well win the belt. Obviously, if he gets the belt, he wins the match. But I could easily see Neville getting himself counted out or disqualified. Not necessarily intentionally either. He hasn't done a whole lot of taking losses like that just to, get out of it, which I do think is a good thing. He's been, that coupled with the whole him, not busting out the red arrow because we want it, and him only doing it when, oh shit, this person's actually really good, I need to put them away. So I would think it'd be kind of interesting if, maybe Aries kept finding ways out of, dodging the red arrow to kind of keep it protected, and then finally he just, gets frustrated, gets himself counted out or something. But either way, I do think Aries is going to win, but at the same time, #keep the belt on Neville forever.
And that's where I'm actually going. I'm going to go with Neville on this one, just because I think that they're going to keep it on him just a bit longer, and I think it's going to make Austin Aries winning the belt that much more sweeter. Maybe they'll have, him winning at Extreme Rules. I just think that also one of the wild card factors in this matchup is going to be TJ Perkins, who just turned heel and is kind of pairing off with Neville right now. So I'm thinking maybe TJ Perkins gets involved and costs Austin Aries the matchup. Maybe they even build up a triple threat match for Extreme Rules. I think that would actually be pretty awesome because considering TJP is one of the first Cruiserweight champions of, this generation, I think it would be fair to finally give him some kind of a push. So I say...
Imagine like the three of them in a ladder match for the belt at Extreme Rules.
Don't you tease me. That is awesome. That's an awesome idea.
As Jim Cornette would say, we're in for some flippy shit.
The same guy who says that Kenny Omega is overrated. Yeah, shut up, Jim.
What was it? Wrestle Kingdom 11. I can't think of his name. Meltzer. He gave out one of his ultra rare, break the 5-star rating 6-star matches to Omega's match in the main event, and said that they, quote, may have put on one of the greatest matches in pro wrestling modern history. And it's kind of like, overrated, Mr. Cornette. Don't get me wrong. I love Jim Cornette. I respect his opinions and agree with him a lot of the time. But at the same time, really, bro? Really? Really? Kenny Omega? Really? I mean, I could feel like 7 years ago when the best thing he had was Hadoukening people in the fucking chest, but come on.
Yeah, it's Kenny freaking Omega. Okay, dude, so just, yeah. I mean, just appreciate the fact that you got included in the Hall of Fame this year, and just take your wins, take your losses, and just, hit him with a racket. I don't know.
If I ever got to see Jim Cornette hit Kenny Omega with a tennis racket, I might lose my mind a little bit.
I would actually pay to see that confrontation. Moving on to the Raw Tag Team Championships, the Hardy Boys taking on Cesaro and Sheamus, the Great White North. There's only one match on here that I think I will take a Cesaro, but this is not one of them. I think Hardys are going to retain. I think it's still going to be a little while before they decide to drop the belts. I would like to see the Hardys drop the belts back to the club in the future. I think it would be the best thing to do because the club needs that momentum again. Yeah, I just think that Cesaro and Sheamus are they're good, but I think right now there is going to come a point where their tag team run has run its course, and we need to have Cesaro as a main eventer again. And I would probably throw Sheamus in the mid card just for now until we can say we need a big time heel. Okay, let's bring in Sheamus, see what happens. That's just my opinion. Your prediction?
Well, what I would like to see happen personally would be one of two things. Is one, Cesaro and Sheamus, they've been doing the whole, they get along most of the time, but there's little parts where they butt heads. I think it'd be kind of cool if they became a strong tag team by becoming a united front. Maybe even by turning heel. I mean, if they won the belts by becoming the united heel front, I mean, they're turning heel on the freaking returning Hardy Boys. You're going to get some heat with that. Other thing I would think would be kind of cool, and it'd be a bold move, the Hardys turn heel and retain in doing so. People might think that's blasphemous, but you got to remember when Matt started the Broken thing, and I'm not saying they'd be doing the Broken thing or anything like that. That's still up in the air anyway. But when he started doing the Broken thing, he did it by turning heel. The Broken Matt Hardy character was at the start heel, and by the end it was just wonderful. But I digress. I think a heel turn on either part would be cool. But I am seeing the Hardys retain this one. I think it's... When I say they're a nostalgia act right now, I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that they're good enough and have reinvented themselves well enough that they can be a nostalgia act and it's still great. And WWE loves nostalgia acts. They're not going to... So I don't think they're going to take the belts off them for a while.
Yeah, and I know that there's a lot of reports that are coming in about them wanting to bring back the Broken gimmick after, they drop the belts, which would be cool to say the least. And then having Jeff Hardy, go for like a brief main event deal. Maybe have Jeff Hardy versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, from what I thought I heard.
Jeff would... No offense to Jeff, but I think that might actually kill him.
I mean, a motorcycle didn't kill him. A swanton bomb from the top of a frickin' Titantron didn't kill him. But more than likely, yes, Brock Lesnar would be the one that kills him. So...
Well, you gotta remember, this dude pulled apart a car with nothing but an axe in his bare hands, okay? Going kayfabe on it, broke the Undertaker's streak, suplexed the John Cena out of John Cena. I mean, Jeff might explode. Like, he might actually finally become a Jim Ross announcing call and snap in half.
Oh, God, that is a sight that's beautiful, but also horrible at the same time. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't want to see Jeff Hardy get killed, but at the same time, I think I want to see Brock Lesnar actually kill somebody. Why does it have to be Hardy?
Now, with what you said about, that maybe they could bring in, after they would drop the belts, bring in the Broken stuff, I would actually like to see them put a little bit of a different spin on things. Like, not WWE, like, they give the reins over to Matt and Jeff because, let's face it, NXT would probably fuck up the Broken universe. Let's just be real here. And just let them have at it, but with a fucking butt bit.
That would be very interesting, to say the least.
It would just... Although it's still... Nothing they do, even with a budget, will ever top that moment where Broken Matt sucked in the Asian fist and spit it back out.
Oh, man.
Oh my god, I think I've seen just that part alone like 1,000